السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. I welcome you all to the class of Qisas Nabiyeen, and today we have the prophethood of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. This is the fifth volume, and as we see, fifth volume is a little heavy and a lot of new vocabs, so you have to go very slowly because it's new to me also. The last time we talked about Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's marriage. Today he will begin بعد البعثة. Bi'atha. Some people say ba'atha, but bi'atha is what I found people using. Bi'atha. After bi'atha is to be after being sent. That means after being sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after being after the prophethood of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Ba'atha is to send something. Ba'atha ya ba'atha. So he says, تباشير الصبح وطلائع السعادة. تباشير الصبح وطلائع السعادة. Tabashir are chalk pieces. So, but here rays of, it is rays of morning, and طلائع السعادة. طلائع. So, طلائع are the beginnings. طلائع, singular is طليعة. طليعة. Like Tala'ul Jaish, the forefront people who are in the starting of the army. They're called Tala'a. And Tali'a is the singular. So Tala'u Sa'ada, beginning of happiness. Beginning of happiness. Tabashir in modern times is called a chalk piece, but Tabashir is this Ma'al Alamatil Ula Lis-Subh. The morning, the first signs which you get that it's becoming morning, they are called tabashir. Tabashir. Awailu kulla shay. Tabashir are the beginning of everything or anything, something. Tabashir. As the plural, tabshir is the singular, tabshir. So you can say tabashiru sabah, tabashiru al-fajr, tabashiru al-taqaddum, signs of beginning or development, tabashiru al-mustaqbal. This is the dictionary which I'm using is معجم اللغة العربية المعاصرة. So there's an app called لغة العرب or معجم العرب. In this you can search and you'll get these options. Very nice. So we should shift from normal dictionaries to dictionaries which are in Arabic so that you can get understanding. وأتم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. So I'll keep pausing like usual the video to keep searching for the meanings. 40 سنة من عمره. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam completed 40 years of his age, or from his age, من عمره. وظهرت تباشير الصبح. So he gave a footnote and explained what is tabashir. Where is the footnote? Oh, it's at the end of the book in this PDF, or they didn't put it. But tabashir, there's a footnote here. awailu kulla shay, or kulli shay. The beginning of everything is called tabashir. وطلائع السعادة. طلائع, and the beginnings of, again, beginning. Talaya is also beginning of happiness. وَأَنَا أَوَانُ الْبِعْثَةِ. Ana is to come. Ana is to come. So the verb is ana ya'inu. Ana ya'inu aynun. Masdar is ayn. Like ana waqtu salah. That means that the time has come of the salah. Or you can say hana waqtuha. So there's ana as well as hana. Hana waqtuha. Example here is ana laka an tastariha. The time has come for you to rest. Like that. And then awanun is time again. Waqtun. Awan. So ana awanul bi'tha. Now has the time come for bi'tha, for prophethood. You can say likulli shay'in awanuhu. For everything, ay waqtu. For everything that's time. Like a proverb kind of. Likulli shay'in awanuhu. Like that. Wasala ba'da fawatil awan. You can say somebody arrived after some time. Yani az-zaman al-muhaddad. Some specific time. Qabla awanihi is also used. قبل أوانه. There's a قاعدة in قواعد الفقهية من استعجل بشيء قبل أوانه حرم بحرمانه or جزم بحرمانه or something like that. You can search for that. So whoever tries to get something before its time, he will be prevented from that. The compensation will be, he'll be prevented from it. For example, somebody killed his father because he wanted from his mirath, from his inheritance. So he has hastened something. So he will be prevented. Al-qatilu la yurath. The killer is not inherited. Inherited. So like that. من استعجل بشيء قبل أوانه جزي بحرمانه أو something like that. It's something you can Google it. So that is called awan. And bi'tha is the something which is sent. Sent. Al-mab'uth. Ba'athtu. We can say ba'ath also is used. Ba'ath and the plural. Ba'ath is a delegation which is sent. In bi'tha or ba'atha, both are used, and the plural is ba'athat. Ba'athat. Wasalat ba'athatun thaqafiyya. Cultural delegation has come out. Something wafdun. Wafd is also this thing. So ba'atha or bi'atha. So before the prophet, will translate as prophethood. So the time had come of bi'atha. وَتِلْكَ سُنَّةُ اللَّهِ إِذَا اشْتَدَّ الظَّلَامُ وَطَالَتِ الشَّقْوَى. And that is the sunnah of Allah. This is the way of Allah. When darkness becomes intense, watala is to become talatul, to become elongated. And hard-heartedness. Shaqwa carries on for a long time. When people become hard in the society, Allah will send someone. Like there's a hadith also, every 10 years Allah will send a mujaddid. A mujaddid. So shaqwa is something which is hard-hearted. Shaqwa. Shaqwa with a fatha. Shaqawat. So shaqa'un, shiddah. You could say shiddah or diqun, or fasadun. Okay. وبلغ قلق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم مما كان يراه ذروته ذروته peak. ذروة بتكسر, I don't know, let's see. كأن هاديا يحدوه فحبب إليه الخلع فلم يكن شيء أحب إليه من أن يخلو وحده فكان يخرج من مكة ويبعد حتى تحسو عنه البيوت ويفضي إلى شعاب مكة وبطونها وأوديتها فلا يمر بحجر ولا شجر إلا قال السلام عليك يا رسول الله ويلتفت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم حوله وعن يمينه وشماله وخلفه فلا يرى إلا الشجر والحجارة وبلغ. So what, in the first paragraph, the time had come for prophethood and everything was ready. But balaga, increase or reach. Qalaqu Rasul. Qalaq is the worry. Qalaq. La taqlaq, don't worry. Qalaq, it comes from khaliqa, yaqlaqu. قلقا فهو قلق. قلق الشخص يعني اضطرب وانزعج. He is like shaken, he's doubtful, confused, worried. لا تقلق بشأن النقود. Don't worry about money. So you say قلق. So the person is called قلق. وجدته قلقا. I found him worried. So قلق يقلق قلق. Balagha qalaqu Rasul. And qalaqu is the file, I guess. So the worry of Rasulullah reached mimma kana, of what he used to see, its peak. That means it became very severe. He was very worried. Rasulullah, his worry. Dharwah is with the fatha. Jam'u adirrah. Dharwatul ayni awil jurh. Something ما يضر في العين أو على الجرح من دواء يابس. Something which is on the peak or something which reaches severe. ذروة, you can say ذروة also. I think this is the one. Yeah. ذروة الجبل أي أعلاه قمته, its peak. So we can write down ذروة. We can use Zulwa. We can use it a kasra, I guess, because he says both are fine. Virwa is what I've heard. Allahu alam. Bididwati majdihi, the peak of his honor, majesty. So he's translated reached the point where its peak could be seen. That means it's become very severe. كأن I think it should be كأن هاديا يحدوه. As though someone was leading him on. يحدوه حدا يحدو حدا يحدو. You have to search for ha, dal, and waw. حدا يحدو فعل ثلاثي حدوت. That means ساقها, to drive something. Had. So hada with a ha is also similar, not to guide. But have means to become ساقها, to drive, like ساقها الجمل. ساق الجمل, he sent, or he sent to send someone. حداه على ذلك, he بعثه عليه. حدا يحدو. Like you can say حدا الليل النهار, the night follows the day. The night follows the day. So حدا يحدو. كأن حاديا, it looks like as if there was a guide, there was somebody يحدو who was guiding him. Similar like حدا يحدو was guiding him. فحبب إليه الخلاء. So خلا يعني to be alone was made pleased to him. حبب is passive. Solitude became beloved to him. فلم يكن شيء. So nothing was شيء became أحب إليه, or أحب إليه was more beloved to him من أن يخلو وحده. From that he should be alone, solitude. Nothing was more beloved to him. فكان يخرج من مكة, and he used to leave from Makkah. ويبعد, and he used to go away far. بعد يبعد, to go far. حتى تحسر عنه البيوت, until that the homes would be hidden from him. So تحسر, he gives a footnote, أي تتوارى. تبارى يتوارى is to hide. So تحسر is also similar, to be hidden. تحسر. It comes from حاسين and ra, like حسر البصر, to become weak, to weak. كلا وتعب, to become tired. So تحسر يتحسر مصدر تحسرا, like you can say تحسر على أيامه الماضية. اتلهف عليه شعر بالحنين إليها, he became happy also, you could say. تحسر الشعر سقط, to fall. تحسر. But here it means to become hidden. تحسر. Fall, like falling, hiding. حسرة, تعبت حسرة. تحسر تلهف, اشتدت ندامته. Would also be تحسر عنه البيوت. تحسر يعني to become weak. Houses became weak, that means hidden. Allahu alam. I don't know if it is تحسر, because buyut is used, no? So if it was from 5, it should have been تتحسر. So this could be مضارع. Allahu alam. It could be تحسر عنه البيوت. I don't know. ويفضي, and it leads to إلى شعاب مكة. It leads to the, and he would go to the valleys. شعاب in Makkah. That means the valleys, the paths. ويبعد عن البيوت إلى شعاب مكة وبطونها وأوديتها. And that would lead to, he would go to the valleys and the shi'ab, the pathways among the mountains and its valleys. Butuna, the down things, down of the mountain. Valleys similar to valleys. فَلَا يَمُرُّ بِحَجَرٍ وَلَا شَجَرٍ. And he would not pass by a stone or a tree. إِلَّا قَالَ السَّلَامُ عَلَيْكَ يَا رَسُولُ. The trees and the stones, this is السلام عليك. وَيَلْتَفِتُ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم حَوْلَهُ. وعن يمينه وشماله وخلفه. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam would turn on his right, on his left, on his behind. فلا يرى إلا الشجر والحجارة. And he used to not see except a tree and a stone. وكان أول ما بدي به الرؤيا وكان أول ما بدأ به الرؤيا الصادقة في النوم. The first thing which began was true dreams in sleep. بدأ يبدأ, passive becomes بدأ. That was made to begin. وكان لا يرى رؤيا إلا جاءت مثل فلق الصبح. And no dream used to come except it become like the sunshine. فلق يعني dawn. قل أعوذ برب الفلق. So he gives in a footnote, ضوء الصبح, the light of the morning. Except that it would become like the break of the dawn. So now, في غار حراء, in the cave of Hira. وكان يخلو غالبا بغار حراء. And he used to spend, خلا يخلو used to be isolated. So he used to spend isolated time mostly in غار حراء. غار حراء. فيمكث فيها ليالي متواليات. He used to spend in it or stay in it continuous nights, a number of days and nights. وكان يتزود لذلك. And he used to take lunch, he used to take provisions for that. وكان يتعبد يتعبد, he used to worship ويدعو على الطريقة الإبراهيمية. And he used to call towards the way of Ibrahimiyya, al-Hanifiyya, which is Hanif. والفطرة السليمة المبنية لله, المنيبة إلى الله. The correct path, which is path of Muniba, which is turning towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. مبعثه, deputation of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. وكان كذلك في إحدى المرات إذ جاءه اليوم الموعود لبعثته. وكان ذلك في رمضان 17 من رمضان في السنة 41 من ميلاده. And that was one of the times جاءه الموعود, the promised thing came to him لبعثته, for his delegate, for deputation. وكان ذلك, and it was في رمضان 17 من رمضان. Now this is a difference of opinion. In a Sahih Hadith, Shaykh al-Albani says it was 24th. That is 23rd night, I guess. Anyways, في السنة 41 that means 11th year, and 40 من ميلاده 41st year, 41st year, and it was 6th August, 610 miladi, 610 CE, according to one opinion. وهو بحراء, and he was in Hira. فجاءه الملاك, the angel came to him. فقال اقرأ, the angel said اقرأ. فقال ما أنا بقارئ, لا أدري, يعني I'm not a reader. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فأخذني فغطني. So he took me, he caught hold of me, and غطى is to also cover, hugged me. حتى بلغ مني الجهد, until my this thing went from me, my strength went from me. Until I was in great difficulty, he translated as ثم أرسلني, then he left me. فقال اقرأ, فقلت ما أنا بقارئ. He said اقرأ, he said, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I'm not able to read. فأخذني فغطني حتى الثانية بلغ مني الجهد, until it became I was in great difficulty. ثم أرسلني فقال اقرأ, then he sent me, that he left me, and then said اقرأ. فقلت ما أنا بقارئ, I'm not a قارئ. فأخذني فغطني الثالثة ثم أرسلني فقال, then he left me again and said اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. Read in the name of your Lord who created humans from alaq, from a clotted, who created man from a clot of blood. اقرأ, read, and your Lord is the most generous, magnanimous, who has taught with pen. علم الإنسان, he taught man what he did not know. وكان ذلك أول يوم من أيام النبوة. وأول وحي من القرآن. And that was the first day from the days of the prophethood and first revelation of the Quran. في بيت خديجة, in the house of Khadijah. وفزع منه رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فإنه لم يعهده ولم يسمع به وقد طالت الفترة وعهد العرب بالنبوة والأنبياء بعيد. وفزع منه, Rasulullah ﷺ became worried at this. He became worried. فإنه لم يعهد. This is because did not occur to him. Ahida is to something should occur to you before. فإنه لم يعهده, that means it did not precede him. This thing happened for the first time. ولم يسمع به, and did not hear that angel coming and asking اقرأ, read. وقد طالت الفترة. The fatra period became long. Fatra is called the period where there's no messenger, like this time. But this is not fatra. Inshallah, it is a fatra between us and Isa Islam, but Isa Islam will not come as a messenger, he'll come as a follower of Rasulullah Sallallahu وعهد العرب بالنبوة والأنبياء بعيد. And the time, ahd is also time, promise. The ahdul Arab, the time of the Arab, and بالنبوة والأنبياء بعيد, with the prophethood is far. And the prophets was far away. I mean, it was long time, Ibrahim al-Islam and all those, at least in Arabia, it was very far. وخاف على نفسه, so he feared on himself. ورجع إلى بيته تعد فرائسه. فرائس جمع فريسة, وهي اللحمة التي بين الجنب والكتف. تتعش وتتعد عنه عند الفزع. So between jamb, the side, and the katif, the shoulder. So maybe this, I don't know, shivering. Farais is this thing. That's what he says. The shoulder, man, like he was shivering, or تعد is to become moving. وقال زملوني. He said زملوني أي لفوني في الثياب. cover me up, cover me. زملوني لقد خشيت على نفسي. Indeed, I fear for my life, for myself. Shaking out of worry. وسألت خديجة عن السبب فقص عليه القصة. Khadija asked for the reason, what's happened, what's going on. So he narrated the story. وكانت عاقلة فاصلة or فاضلة. She was intelligent and virtuous. سمعت بالنبوة والأنبياء والملائكة. She had heard of the prophethood and prophets and angels. وكانت تزور ابن عمها ورقة ابن نوفل. She used to visit her uncle's son, ورقة. وكان قد تنصر, and he had become a Christian. وقرأ الكتب, and he read the books. وسمع من أهل التوراة والإنجيل, and he heard from the people of Torah and Injil. وكانت تنكر من أهل مكة ما ينكره أهل الفطرة أو فطرة السليمة والأذهان المستقيمة. وكانت تنكر, he would dislike. But why is it feminine? I don't know. It should be وكان ينكر. But anyways, and he would dislike from people of Makkah ما ينكره أهل الفطرة السليمة, what the fitra salima, who have safe nature, pure nature, والأذهان المستقيمة, and person of sound intelligence. أذهان, ذهن plural is أذهان. وكانت من أعرف الناس بأخلاق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. She knew the character of Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم لمكانها منه, because of her position with him. وإشرتها له, and because living with him, and she was aware of how he was living. وإطلاعها على السر والعلانية. and اطلاع and knowing. اطلاع is also knowing of his secrets, of the secret as well as what is apparent. Because a wife knows everything. No, you cannot hide from your wife. You cannot act in front of your wife for long. Ishra is companionship. صحبة معاشر مخالطتهم عشرة. Like عاشر يعاشر إشرة. So she knew إشرتها واطلاعها للسر والعلانية، وقد رأت من أخلاق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وشمائله ما يؤكد أنه رجل موفق المؤيد من الله. And she saw from the character of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that he was a man who was guided. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was guided, muwaffaq, and he was helped from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he was supported by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Al-Mustafa min khuluqihi, and he was chosen from the creation. Min khalqihi, he was chosen. Al-Marda fi siratihi wa sulukihi. So Mardiyun, yeah, Marda, I think it's Marda, and his ways were pleasing, because Marda also means sick, Marid, Marda, but here it means Arda, Yurdi, Murdin, Murda. That means to Ismul Maful from Arda, Yurdi, I think. We see that he in his Sirah, in his prophethood and his way. وَأَنَّ مَنْ كَانَتْ هَذِهِ أَخْلَاقُهُ وَسِيرَتُهُ, and whoever has his Sirah, has his biography or and his character, his ways, لا يخاف عليه من لمة. Nobody, لمة, he says, لمة هي التهمة والخطرة تقع في القلب. لمة is something danger or thoughts which can come on the hearts. So you cannot fear on him. Touch of the devil, lamma. Lammatun min ash-shaytan. Lamma min ash-shaytan. Massa. Massatu ash-shaytan. أو أن يكون به مس من الجن. Or there could be any touch from the jinn. Like we cannot say that Rasulullah saw some, or someone touched him or something, because his character was so upright and so nice. وأن ذلك يتنافي مع ما عرفته من حكمة الله ورأفته ومن حكمة الله ورأفته وسننه في خلقه, which she knew, and this negates. Yatanafi is to negate. Tanafa yatanafi, what she knew from the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from the wisdom and mercy. Ra'fa is also mercy. في خلقه فقالت في ثقة وإيمان وفي قوة وتأكيد. So she said in confidence, in iman, trust and iman, and strength and resolve. تأكيد, resolve. كلا والله ما يخزيك الله أبدا. By Allah, Allah will never disgrace you. إنك لتصل الرحم وتحمل القلب. Indeed, you are, you join the relationships between people, and تحمل الكل, and you carry weights. كل is يعني الكل الثقل, weight. وتكسب المعدوم. معدوم are the one who are who don't have anything, so you help them out. أي تكسب الناس ما يعدومونه مما يحتاجون عليه. You earn. كسب يكسب is to earn, so you earn to spend on these people maybe. وتقري الضيف. تقري is to take or ضيف, the guest. You treat the guest nicely. You serve the guest. وتعين على نوائب الحق, and you help on the things which are good. That means it cannot happen that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam anything bad would happen, and she knew what happened. Last, today in front of Waraqa, بين يدي ورقة, ورقة ibn Nawfal, in front of Waraqa ibn Nawfal. ورأت أن تستعين في ذلك بابن عمها العالم ورقة ibn Nawfal, فانطلقت برسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إليه. ورأت أن تستعين, she thought that will take the help of, seek the help of a cousin, the scholar, Waraka ibn Nawfal. Uh, so, فانطلقت برسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. She went with Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم to him. وأخبر رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ورقة خبر ما يرى. خبر ما يرى ما رأى. And Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم informed ورقة what he saw. فقال ورقة والذي نفسي بيده إنك لنبي هذه الأمة. إنك لنبي نبي هذه الأمة ولقد جاءك الناموس الأكبر الذي جاء موسى وإن قومك سيكذبونك ويؤذونك ويخرجونك ويقاتلونك. Rasulullah informed Waraqah of what he saw. Waraqah said, by the being who controls my life, indeed you are the Nabi of this Ummah. The Namus Akbar that came to Musa had come to you. Indeed your nation will belie you and give difficulty to you, and they will expel you and fight you. وتعجب رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم حين قال ورقة إنهم سيخرجونك. Rasulullah was amazed, was surprised that the people, when Waraqah said that they will leave you, that they will expel you. لأنه كان يعرف منزلته عند قريش, because he knew his position with Quraysh. They respect him, they honor him, because he was the one at the time of Kaaba. No, they allowed him to put the stone, Hajr Aswad, and the story when he was 35 years old. So they know, they call him a Sadiq al-Amin. So why will they expel me? فلا ينادونه ولا يخاطبونه إلا بالصادق والأمين. They should not call him or address him except بالصادق الأمين. فقال متعجبا. So he said amazed. It could be متعجبا also, I think. أو مخرجيهم, will they remove me? Will they expel me? قال ورقة نعم لم يأتي رجل قط بمثل ما جئت به إلا عاده الناس وحاربوه وإن أدركت ذلك اليوم وطالت بالحياة نصرتك نصرا قويا. Yes, no person came with whatever he came with except that the people showed enmity. عاداه الناس وحاربوه. People enmity and fought him. If I find the time and if my life is long, I shall grant great assistance to you. وفتر الوحي زمانا, and the revelation was stopped for a time. ثم تتابع, then it came again. وبدأ القرآن ينزل, and the Quran started coming down. So who is this Namus? Namus is Jibreel alayhi salam, who is to come with the Wahy. And next topic is this, Islam Khadijata wa akhlaquha. The Islam of Khadija anha and her akhlaq. Inshallah ta'ala, we'll read in our next class, and people who accept Islam. It's a huge book. We've just done 100 pages out of 3. How many pages? 85 pages out of 580 pages. Now, a lot of the seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That means we finished almost 1/5 of the book. Inshallah, once we get the first few 100 pages, maybe 200 pages, will be difficult for us. But once you get used to the style, the way of his writing, now alhamdulillah, I find it easier now. Like when I started, it was very difficult, but we get used to his style now. Alhamdulillah, we should just keep going and become easier with time. Barakallahu feekum, Jazakallahu Khairan, Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.